I only edit 4 hours a day, and I still make $500 every single day. And if you don't believe me, here is a $3,000 payment from Nathan Nazareth for just 1 week of work. Meanwhile, I see editors spending 12 hours a day on After Effects animations for just $2 a month. That's not running a business. That's a digital minimum wage job. So I made a choice. I got worse at editing, but I started making way more money. Today, I'm gonna break down the simple style that makes me $250 an edit in under 2 hours. And why YouTubers love it, because it literally prints them money. You see, in 2025, there is a new way to make money on YouTube. Instead of getting millions of views and trying to get paid by AdSense, creators are keeping their following small and making really niche educational videos targeted to a very specific person, in hopes that these very specific people will buy their digital products. Now, I know this sounds completely irrelevant to video editing, but let me give you an example. As you can see on the screen here, we've got a channel called Colby Lemon with just under 5,000 subscribers. And all of his videos get 1,000, maybe 2,000, 3,000 views, so not much at all in the grand scheme of things. But here's where editing comes into it. If we click on his most recent video here, the editing is really nothing insane. What's this? Some text on a screen in a box? There's no way any of you can't do this. Some text on the screen, some cuts. It's nothing complicated. It's extremely simple. So you might be thinking, this guy gets 3,000 views on average, his editing's a bit shitty, how is he making any money? Well, let me show you. In all of his video descriptions and in his bio up here, they have this link. And this link is to his landing page, which is basically selling his mentorship program. Then below there's an application, and if you qualify, meaning you have enough money, you'll be invited to book a call with him. Now let me break down the numbers for you. So let's say the simple edited videos bring about 3k views on average for him. And of this 3k, let's say 5% click on his landing page, which is 150 people per video. Then again, let's say 5% of these people make an application, which is 8 applications. Then let's say only half of them are qualified, meaning they have enough money, so 4 of them book a call. Then with a 75% show up rate, let's say 3 of them get on a call, then the average close rate for the industry is probably about 33%, 1 in 3, so let's call that 1 close. And I don't know what his price is, let's say it's 3k, let's say that makes him $3,000. So in effect, he has just turned 3,000 views into $3,000. That's right, one single YouTube video will likely make this guy $3,000. But if you want my one-on-one help to scale your editing business to 10k a month, you can click the first link in the description to find out more about my one-on-one mentorship program. We only let in 3 to 5 people a month, so if you're interested, take a look now. So what does this mean for me and you as a video editor? Well, most of these channels that are absolutely printing money from their programs don't have an editor, which of course is a gap in the market, which us as editors can fill. So how do we sell editing to these creators that are selling info products with small audiences? Well, there are 3 extremely clear benefits that these sort of creators will get from editing. Number 1, any sort of editing will increase retention. Increased retention means increased watch time. Then if YouTube is seeing that people are watching this video for a long time, they're going to push it to more people so it gets more views. So number 1, the editing will get them more views, inevitably. Number 2, that a high quality professional edit increases perceived authority. If it looks like the creator has the money to spend on a very talented editor, it increases the way that they are seen by the audience. If it's unedited, sure, you get a raw, authentic, cozy vibe, but sometimes they can come off as pretty broke. But when you have a full-scale 4K, $1,000 editor production, you look like you have a lot of money to sink into YouTube, meaning you look like an expert, an authority, a professional. Third and finally, video editing can bring these creators more qualified leads. Now this sounds like a bit of a stretch, but let me explain. Imagine a hyper-edited MrBeast or Eman Gaji video. What sort of an audience is watching that? Maybe 12, 14 years old, watching it for pure entertainment. They're watching that sort of video because they like the sparkly, flashy colors on the screen, not because they're there for value and education. Whereas if you as an editor can come into a channel and edit it in a boring yet professional way, the visual language of the video is only going to speak to an older demographic. An older demographic that appreciates the value that the creator is giving. An older demographic that has the money to spend on digital products. So if your editing style isn't flashy, doesn't have animations, doesn't use After Effects, then that's actually an advantage. Because if you show the creator that your boring, simple, professional editing style is going to bring them more qualified people to their product, it makes their hiring of you a no-brainer. Look, as I broke down earlier, these creators are making $3, $5, $10,000 per video. So if you approach them and tell them that your editing can give them those 3 clear benefits for $250 a video, that's a no-brainer. That's a fraction of what they're making from the video. And hopefully when hiring you, they're going to make even more while saving time. So now you're pretty clear on why these creators will pay a decent amount of money for a simple video. So you might be wondering, what is the editing style that you're going to get paid $250 for that will take you under 2 hours to edit? So I'm going to open up Premiere Pro and show you the editing style and exactly how you can replicate it. So you can make $500 a day working less than 4 hours. So in front of me, as you can see here, is a Premiere Pro project. And this is what I like to call the vault. All it is a project where I keep every single asset that I need to edit a client's video. Now I found if you're only charging $250 for a video, you only need these 4 text effects. They're extremely simple and they're easy to replicate. So let me break them down for you one by one. Let me play this first effect for you. All it is a half screen text. We have the title, then we have 4 sub points that pop up. Sorry if it's laggy, I'm recording at the same time as playing this. But this effect is nothing complicated. What do we have? I've moved the talking track of me to the side. I have a background that I've added a Gaussian blur to and turned the exposure down. Then all these animations is a text preset that I bought off somebody on YouTube. If you want to buy it for yourself, just search like smooth animation text tutorial Premiere Pro and you should be able to find it. It was like 10 bucks. Then all I did was choose a bold font for these, a lighter font for these, and line them up nice. So that's effect number 1, and honestly, it's probably the most complicated. The second one is just a full screen text. As it says, type an impactful sentence here. If the creator says something impactful, something meaningful, something that needs to be emphasized to the audience, I'd use this because it's literally hitting them in the face. Again, it's the same background with a blur, with the exposure turned down. It's the same text preset with the words sliding up. Then I've got a watercolor overlay, a film grain overlay, then an adjustment layer that zooms in. This is nothing difficult. Honestly, if you've been using Premiere Pro for like 2 weeks, you'd be able to recreate this. Next is just a lower third. Again, the same text preset. So honestly, shout out to the guy who made this because it's super useful. All you have to do if you want to change it is click in here, then change the text to whatever, and then it changes on the screen. But this is just the words sliding up individually and then a zoom layer over the top. Are you spotting a pattern here? They're extremely simple. And then finally, for whenever the creator is showing something on their screen, a diagram, B-roll, whatever, I made this. It's just the background, the screen with the curves on the end and a drop shadow, and then the face cam, cropped, curved edges, drop shadow. All of these 4 effects are extremely simple, and I have no doubt in my mind that you will be able to create these. But here's the thing that most editors miss when trying to make these simple edits that creators will pay hundreds for. They neglect taste. Sure, all of these effects are stupidly simple. They won't take you long technically to make. However, all of them have taste. I spent 30 minutes to an hour on these making sure they look tasteful. Making sure that all the text is aligned properly. I've chosen the right fonts, all of the colors work together. Taste isn't something you're born with, it's something you have to develop by watching media that you like. So when you're building your vaults, making your simple text screens, make sure that they are tasteful. Don't just throw something on with some shitty animation and some shitty font. Make sure it's minimal, has nice colors, nice font, nice sizing. Make it look good. Because honestly, less is more, and as long as it looks professional, you'll be fine. So how do you use a vault of effects like this to edit a video in under 2 hours? Well, first, you need to use an AI tool to cut up the footage. If you're doing it manually in 2025, then you are brain dead. Yes, these tools aren't perfect, but they speed up the workflow 10 times. The one I use is called Firecut. You get it up here, Window, Extensions, Firecut. Then all you have to do is click the remove silences button, then you decide how tight of a cut you want. I don't like many silences at all, so I put it all the way to the right, select the audio tracks, the full in and out, and then click go. That will cut out all of the silences in the video. Then all you have to do is go through and remove all of the bad takes, and maybe it cut off the end or a start of a word that you'll have to fix. But that takes cutting from a multi-hour long job to something that takes maybe 20 minutes. As you're doing that, every time you spot something that would need one of these text effects, press M to get a marker, double click into it and name it what effect that you want. Then, once you've cut all the footage, all you have to do is jump to the markers. Then, open up your Vault project, read the marker, see which effect you wanted, jump into the Vault, copy it all, paste it back into the timeline that you're working in. Then all you have to do is change the text. So let's say that I say something like video editing is dead. That's the entire effect done, literally just by copy and pasting and changing what's written in a text box. Maybe you have to do 15 of these for a 10-minute video. Do you see how this can take under 2 hours? And because it has taste and because it looks professional, creators will easily pay $250 for it, given that they are printing money from their YouTube channel. And like I said earlier, if you want my one-on-one help to scale your editing business to 10k a month, you can click the first link in the description. There'll be a short video explaining about who we are, what we do, how we can help. Then if it's something you're interested in, you can fill out a few questions and you'll be able to book a call with me so we can discuss if it's a fit. So yeah, if you're interested in that, it's the first link in the description. No pressure whatsoever, I don't really care if you click on it, if you don't, but if it's something that you're interested in, go for it. However, I recently released my $4,000 course for completely free here on YouTube. So if you're interested and want to watch that to find out how to scale your editing business to 10k a month, then you can click on it up here.